There you go. Damn.
Oh, Chris, you've also been volunteered to do the timestamps.
I can't hear you. Over the
Been
music.
volunteered to do the timestamps.
Over this hot beat.
The timestamps.
Check this
We are
out,
now
kids. Anybody check if I was on the right channel?
Nope.
You are on the right channel, yes. But the title of the episode is incorrect.
Well,
Section
that's not my
39.
fault.
Whose fault
You're
is it?
right. It's both of yours fault.
It's not my fault.
Oh, Twitch isn't right.
Yeah.
But other things.
Are we live?
are
We're
right.
live.
Yeah, we are
Live?
live. Yeah, we
Live.
are. We're here.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 39 of the Last Place Fire Team Show. Today is November 2nd, and with me today, as always, we have our two co-hosts here. Before that, we're going to talk about what we're going to be talking about. And that's going to start off with some more Blizzard news. Bad news for Blizzard again. Chris Pratt seems to be on a roll with voice acting. No more PS5 only exclusives. And do you think that the new COD in 2022 will be grittier or not? But again, before we get into those, let's go ahead and introduce our co-hosts. We'll start over with Alan. Alan, sir, how's it going? What's going on here?
It's the
I got
mystery.
the surprise for
that
you.
he's got a surprise for us. It's
That's-
going well. Thanks for asking. Just had a good week. Love Halloween, so it's one of my favorites of the thing, and now it's over, and now we have to wait again a whole
long?
year.
Oh, damn, that sucks. Well, my
Yeah.
favorite's starting up, so I'm excited for that.
whatever.
What you been watching or playing anything?
Yeah, man. Finishing up Far Cry. I think I'm almost done. But I've been enjoying the game a lot. Actually, it's actually up there with one of my favorite Far Cries. I will say
Wow.
that. Yeah, I again didn't expect it, but it's just Giancarlo is amazing. The stuff that he does, like his voice just works so well with villains, and it's kind of sucks because like if you listen to him, like regularly, he's just like the nicest dude, but then he just can get into these roles where he could just play these dark characters, and it's so good. The story's good, the music is great. It feels really good, and I've been enjoying it a lot. Oh God. You should have told me. I would have gotten my Christmas sweater also. I would have gotten them a Christmas sweater because I have a lot of them. So, and they're all game related too. So,
Wow, you have
That's a
this
good
set
look.
up. Look at that green LED, red LED, the
This-
sweater.
We're ready.
this is why you said
Damn.
it was going to be the hottest show. This is why you said that.
Ah, that makes
Already
sense.
hot, but I'm committed.
There we go. And then, as far as what I've been watching, I watched last week. I watched Last Night in Soho, which is a Edgar Wright movie, and Anya Taylor-Joy is in it, and it was a great horror movie. I really enjoyed it. It does have some acting cringe moments, but as far as the movie and the concept behind it, it was really good, and I enjoyed it a lot. So that's what I would be doing for the, for until you guys heard from me last time.
Oh, okay. So you really haven't played any games
Yeah, I played Far Cry.
besides Far Cry? Like that's it.
No, because today is the Apex starting season, season 11, and I was working today, and it's from what I saw, it's like a 50 gig download. So
what you're saying
Into
is,
downloading that.
on Thursday, we'll be going live, grinding out the
Yes.
beginning of the battle pass. That's what you're saying.
Something like that.
Well,
Because
Thursday Eternals
it depends
comes out.
on. No, that's not going to happen. But Thursday, I mean, obviously, you know how the EA launches for this work, so it's probably not playable today. But I haven't seen any complaints, so maybe people are playing it. So who knows? But yeah, I will be grinding out the battle pass like I always do for Apex. So it's about that time.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice. What about you, Chris? How have you been? What have you been watching, playing?
I've been good. This week has been busy for me, and just a heads up to our viewers. I got called back to my old job. I don't know if I said that last week. Did I say that last week?
I don't
Okay.
think so.
Finally got called back to my old job, so I'm going to be going back into entertainment at Disney. So my schedule is going to be getting crazy busy. I only have 1 day off next week. I'm hitting the ground running with all this training and stuff like that. So there might be some changes to debrief. The show should still be on Tuesdays. I'm working that out, but we'll keep you updated on that. But yeah, I've been doing that. I watched all the James Bond movies last week, and then watched the newest one, No Time to Die. Awesome movie, loved it. Great way to end the story. Yeah, you watched it, Alan?
Of course, I watched it.
Okay, so what's your favorite Bond intro out of those movies?
Like, what do you mean?
Like the intro, like the song. You know how they do the song. If you don't remember the other ones, it's all right.
No, I do, but
Okay.
I really like this last one though.
Did you?
Yeah.
So I liked Billie Eilish, love her. I think I like Sam Smith's intro more.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, highly recommend this movie. It was really good. And then I've been playing Mario Party, which is a lot of fun. If you guys joined me on my stream, I ended up winning my first game with 6 stars online. Somebody stole a star from me, and I robbed everybody. I made sure to let them know Cold Fever is on the board and don't touch me. So yeah. So if you want to play Mario Party, let me know. And then also I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima's Director's Cut, and with the PS5 upgrade, and I forgot how beautiful that game looks. I have some screenshots or some game photos because that what is that called? The photo mode in that game is fantastic. So I'm trying to get more of his like different armor and stuff like that, and I will be taking pictures and posting those. But yeah, man, that game is so good. I forgot about how much you're included in, like how much the world, they don't use a whole bunch of stuff to clutter your view. So you have the map and everything only whenever you press the start button. And I completely forgot about the wind guiding you in the direction. Like you click a marker and then swipe up on the touchpad, and then the wind blows into the direction, and that's telling you like, hey, you're supposed to be going this way towards your point. And it just keeps everything clean.
Cool idea.
It's really dope. I'm surprised you haven't seen anything about this game, right, Yendi?
No.
That was
Just
one
the
of the
screenshots
biggest.
you sent me.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest things about this game, was that whenever you pick a waypoint or set a waypoint, right, it's not like a little yellow marker that you're looking at the top of your screen to follow. You're literally, every once in a while, you're riding your horse, you swipe up, and then the wind blows. And sometimes if you stand still, Jin will like throw it. Like if you really can't, sometimes you can't tell where the wind's going. So Jin will throw up a flower and you'll see it like go this way. And then you just follow it.
Cool.
Yeah, it's dope. It's a very cool game. Can't wait to finish it and actually play the DLC. So I've been enjoying it.
Doesn't that game have a multiplayer mode?
It does. I have not tried it yet. I heard it's fun. It's probably already too late for me because I don't think, like, it came out, people were like, this is really cool, and there was no issues with it, and then it kind of died off. So probably players already left, or the ones that are on are already that high level, and they're creating chaos in this beautiful world. So
nice. Okay. Sweet. Yeah, the game always intrigued me, but I've never really
it's not on PC, right?
seen any gameplay of it. I don't think so.
That'll be
yet.
that'll be one of the, yeah, I was about to say that'll be one of the next ones, and if it is, I that is a game I think everybody should play. That if you, especially like if you like samurais and stuff like that, very dope.
Nice. Well, as for me, I haven't really been watching or playing much of anything. Really, it's just the same old, same old. No, I lied. I guess I just finished watching the American Horror Story, the latest season, which is about aliens, and it was stupid, but it was fun to watch. It played on a lot of ideas and thoughts that I had when it comes to aliens and how the U.S. government would handle them. So it was cool to see that kind of stuff, but it got kind of silly at certain points. But it was a fun experience, I guess, for the short 10 episodes it was.
What's it called again?
American Horror Story.
American Horror Story, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. And they use pretty much the same cast, but every season is a completely different story.
I couldn't get
really
into
cool.
it. I gotta give it another chance. Yeah, but I heard it's
There's
pretty crazy.
seasons, there's some bad ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the
There's
80s
some
one
really
was
bad
terrible. I thought it was terrible. The first one I saw was something about them being in the post-apocalyptic world where they stay in bunkers or something like that. And there's like, I don't know, but that season was really cool. I like that one, and then this last one, but yeah.
I like
Uh,
Carnival
who?
and the Carnival one. Coven, Carnival.
Oh yes.
Those
I
are
guess
the
I have
ones
seen
for
more
me.
than one. Yeah. Did I watch anything else? No, I've been trying to watch Dune, but I can't get Anna to go out to watch it with
Just
me.
watch it on
I'm
HBO.
this close to just go. No, I want to see it in IMAX.
No.
Yeah, I want to see it in
I'm not
IMAX.
watching in HBO. Like,
I'm this
please.
close to just going to watch it by myself. This would be it would be like the
Don't
second
listen.
movie
Go
ever.
watch it.
Let me know.
Go watch it by yourself, and then watch it on HBO with Anna.
Look,
Why would I spend that? I don't watch movies.
Oh, you don't
twice.
have HBO. Never mind. You don't watch
No.
movies twice. And then if you want to go with somebody,
It's
like
rare.
that one's about to tell you,
just let me know.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go get
I will
sushi.
let you know.
We'll go get sushi, and we'll go watch the movie.
Boom. Yeah, I do have 2 cars now, so nothing's
You
holding
just
me
let
back.
me know.
Weird flex.
I mean, I don't have to. I guess technically I do. Anyways,
Weird flex again.
2 cars. I've been playing Call of Duty.
Ugh.
Got another 2 wins, I think, actually 2-3 wins. Just goes to show that all the good players are gone from the game, and it's just leaving us mediocre players.
Well, in 3 days, Vanguard comes out, so we'll be talking about that.
Yeah, you have it pre-downloaded?
Yeah, I do. No, I don't. Do not. I will only play that game if somebody else buys it for. I will not be giving that game my money. I'll play it if somebody's like, "Here, Chris, Merry Christmas." I'll be like, "Okay."
You will play it.
What's that?
If I buy it for you, you will play
Yeah.
it.
I'll play ranked, probably.
Ranked.
Yeah, because I'm pissed because finally, Treyarch and them are like, "Hey, this is gonna actually have a good ranking system," and the pros have been testing it, and they're like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Great." So something we've been asking for years since Black Ops 2, they finally implement it on the worst installment. So that's fantastic. Thank you.
Well,
You don't
here's the
know
thing,
it's the worst installment
Yeah,
yet.
we haven't seen any reviews for it yet, right?
World War II installment. Sorry, I don't want to play it.
So I'm assuming we'll see reviews this week because it comes out the 5th. You said.
Yeah. So far, everybody's like, so far from early reviews, people are saying it's a lot of fun. It's cool. Just like I said, it could be the best game ever. It's just literally the World War II for me. And there's some people that are like, thank God, like all this, they love it, which is fine. I'm happy for them. But for me, and then same thing with Battlefield. Battlefield 2. I don't know if you guys saw I know we've been like skeptical about it, but that new trailer that dropped, and I'm watching their trailer, and I'm like, man, they're really good at making it, like, it looks so clean. And then I feel like I'm gonna get the game and be like, what? It's gonna be No Man's Sky us. They're gonna No Man's Sky us, where we get an awesome trailer. I was like, whoa! And then you play, and you're like, what is this grayscale crap?
If I was making a game and I needed a trailer for it, I would get the DICE team to make it.
Yeah,
they
do
such a great job of showing action and just.
Yeah. Their cuts are perfect.
They make the game look so badass. But
like I said, I watched it. I literally watched the trailer, and I'm like, I'm back in.
It's tough. It's tough, but you got to stay strong.
We'll see.
I'll play it for $15. We'll do it the Allen way.
How long we got? No,
and I'll play it next week.
No,
I think early release.
2 weeks. Oh yeah, there's a early.
I think it's a 12th for early access. So I'll probably be playing it then. And then
Forza comes out this week too.
Oh yeah, Forza
comes out on the
that'll be good for 2 days. So anyways, moving on
to that. So
to you never have?
No, I said I want to beat the campaign.
I will play that game until I race the both of you, and then after that, I'll be satisfied.
Okay, let's race. Let's race, boy. All right, let's go ahead and go to our first story of the night. This is.
I'm already getting really hot, so let's.
Yeah, you might have to.
Let's get through this show, please.
Gotta pause my ad blocker over here on this site.
While he's doing that, make sure to subscribe to us, guys. Only takes a few seconds. Go ahead and do that now. Just check. You might have not clicked it. Also hit that notification bell so you know whenever we go live, when we post a video, and all that good stuff for this Christmas goodness that's coming up.
Okay, first story. Okay, Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 have been delayed. This is from Matt Wales over at Eurogamer. Activision Blizzard has announced Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2 will now arrive later than originally envisaged. Why they have to say that like that? Why did you have to?
That guy was like, what's another word that I could put? Just trying to figure it out.
Potentially pushing the launch of both titles into 2023 at the earliest.
Wow, surprise.
Yeah, right. Quote, as we have worked with new leadership in Blizzard and within the franchises themselves, the publisher explained in its Q3 2021 earnings report, particularly in certain key creative roles, it has become apparent that some of the Blizzard content planned for next year will benefit from more development time to reach its full potential. Both games have certainly had a tumultuous year. Overwatch 2 director Jeff Kaplan departed Blizzard back in April, while Chaco Sonny, executive producer on the Overwatch series, left in September. Diablo 4, meanwhile, has faced perhaps even more turmoil, losing its game director and lead designer Luis Barriga and Jesse McCree, respectively, as Activision Blizzard dealt with the fallout from the California Department of Fair Employment Housing's ongoing lawsuit alleging sexual harassment, discrimination, and a frat boy work culture at the company in October. In October, Joe Shelley was announced as the new game director for Diablo 4. Activision says that while Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 teams have, quote, made great strides towards completion in recent quarters, it believes giving them, quote, some extra time to complete production and continue growing their creative resources to support the titles after launch will ensure the releases delight and engage their communities for many years into the future. Okay. So I guess this is continuing on from the story we had last week where something else is going on with Blizzard yet again. I think they said BlizzCon Online was not happening. So I guess my only question I have for you guys is, do you think this is them just taking a timeout and not releasing anything because
just disappearing? They need to lie low. Yep. They need to lie low, put out the fire, and rebuild. That's what they need to do. I'm like, because if they know if they keep going for that money trail, it's just they're gonna end up losing way more. So,
do you think that if they were to release it when this supposed to be released, which I think was this year, do you think the games would have crashed, burned because of this scandal?
Not Overwatch. No, because the fan base is pretty big. For Overwatch, I don't know if the Overwatch League is still going on. I'm pretty sure it is. Those are the people I feel bad for, because those guys, they dedicate their time to a certain game to get on a team and make money. So now they have to wait forever for the second one. And as they're gonna wait, I feel like they're gonna start losing. Because Overwatch League, I'm pretty sure, is run through Blizzard, right?
I think.
Would you guys know? Yeah, I feel like they're gonna start, like, the tournaments are gonna start backing up and everything like that. So those players might end up looking for another game. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, if they were to come out today, I feel like a lot of people are waiting for Overwatch 2. I was one of them. But now I'm like, I can wait. But the Diablo fans are probably gonna be upset. And those are the people that are the ones that are like, the ones that aren't looking at the situation and they're just like, just give me my game and leave me alone. So I think that's what would have saved it. So yeah.
This was supposed to be my first foray into Overwatch, because I wanted to play the first one, but it was way too late in the cycle for me to have any kind of meaningful impact for my own sake. It would have just been a dead game for me at that point, and apparently it was dying as well.
Yeah. Every once in a while,
now
I would look for a game, and like this earlier on this year, I looked for a game and I just couldn't find one. So it's just all the competitive stuff. If you don't have like private matches, you're not playing a game. So that was basically it for that. And it was fun. It's just one of those games that it's a lot more. It's kind of like Valorant. Like, you wish you had 5 players with you so you can all play together. But other than that, even whenever I was playing with randoms, I was having fun. Even if it got toxic, you just mute the chat and just go about your business. So I can't wait for the second one. Whenever the second one does come out, I will be playing it. Hopefully, the company will build and be better. I hope that them pulling back is them doing that and not just dodging the bullet. I'm hoping all this leadership that's leaving, they put somebody better in those positions to help build. So,
What do you think about this, Alan? Do you think they're doing it just because they want to do a timeout still?
Yeah, of course. I mean, at the end of the day, they're going to do that because if these games are great, they also want the publicity of them being a good company. Because if they win Game of the Year, because I mean, no matter what, these two games have that potential, and they are not going to want to release those games and then have the negative press of, oh, you guys had a Game of the Year, but it was made by like within the turmoil of this whole company. So I think that's one of the things that they're keeping in mind. They obviously want, the money is important to them, but they also know that the reputation is also important because that's what makes them the most amount of money they want. Because it's not that these titles wouldn't make money if they came out, it's the fact that they want to maximize their profit. So for them to, they want to clear up their name a little bit, give it a break. And I mean that you are going through some big changes. You lose your director and your lead designer before a game that doesn't look good either. So I think they kind of want to get those games back on track in that sense with the new, the way they want to take it, and they want to clean up their act too. So I think that's what they're doing. I mean, we kind of call this anyway. Once all this happened in the middle of the year, I mean, it's almost 3 months now since all of this has been, 2 or 3 months since all of this has been coming out. So I think now they want to, kind of clean their act up, try to make sure they're looking good before they release two of their major titles that people are going to want to play. So I think that's what their goal is, and they're going to push back pretty much anything. We might not hear from Blizzard, honestly, till like May of next year, honestly, like, or until maybe like an E3 or something like that, because they're just not going to want to. They're going to stick in the shadows and then, hope everyone re-embraces them, and then kind of hopes that they're back on the right track and wanting to make sure they're taking care of all the internal employees. So I think that's what they're going to do, and that's what the trend is right now.
I wish they would say that too, like, hey, we need to take a step back, like, obviously due to all the situations, we really need to, like, just say something like where we're working on this, instead of like, hey, we need to make sure that these games need a little bit more time in the oven and we want to work on them. So
they have to say that.
Yeah, I know they have to say that. That's what I was saying. I wish they could say like what like, hey, we need to focus on this instead.
Yeah. So
okay, so the only thing I see from this is if they are delaying pretty much everything, when they are finally ready to release this, if these games are not perfect, after being delayed for so long, they're really screwed. And I'm wondering if that will be the catalyst that starts the actual downfall of Blizzard. Because if the games are shitty and people don't trust them anymore, then at this point, I don't know what they're gonna do. Is Blizzard, like I said, are they gonna break away from Activision? Like I suggested a while back, are they gonna?
Well, I don't know if Blizzard can do that though, because Activision bought out Blizzard, so that's.
I thought that was a partnership, was it not?
I'm pretty sure.
Which is why they shared the name, Activision Blizzard.
I'll double check it for you. You might be right too, but I don't know. I'll double check it while we do our next.
But I could see Activision wanting to have their name in there as well, just to get that prestige. But yeah, if they don't get those games perfect right out of the gate, people are gonna absolutely riot, and we might see the downfall of Blizzard finally after so many years, which kind of sad to see. But hey, they did it to themselves, right?
Yeah. So I'm just seeing here that it says Activision acquired Blizzard over a decade ago in 2008. So I'm assuming
that long ago.
Yeah. So I'm assuming because that's when that's when it started to go downhill, in my opinion. But that's when it all started going down. World of Warcraft started getting bad, and then I was just like, well, I know who to blame for this. But yeah, so it was definitely around for that time. So yeah, I think it is I think Activision does own the majority. I think they just kept the name in to keep people, happy. So yeah, so they might, I don't think Activision would want to to break it off with Blizzard. I don't know what Activision's mindset would be, because I mean it also happened during that time too, right? So it was mostly during the time after Activision acquired them. So that's when a lot of these cases took place. So I don't know. I think they're both in the shitter, to be honest, together. So it's I have no idea what happens next.
Yeah, that's a good question, but yeah, it happened to Blizzard, but Activision was still over them, so technically they're still at fault. But well, Activision will go back to being just Activision in the future. I'm calling it now.
There you go.
they're going to bring back Tony Hawk 16.
I mean, they made a recent one, a recent remake,
A collection, though, right?
Yeah, but it was
I
like
heard that was good,
pretty
actually.
dope. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to story number 2. Chris Pratt is voicing Garfield. This is from Logan Plant over at IGN. Thanks to the recent news that Chris Pratt will voice Garfield in an upcoming animated movie, the internet is once again sharing opinions, jokes, and memes. Pratt has been a hot topic on the internet ever since the announcement of his casting as Super Mario in the upcoming Mario movie film Illumination. When it was announced in September's Nintendo Direct, the internet went crazy. Now, with the Garfield news, that makes 2 iconic Pratt characters Pratt is set to voice, and the internet has a new set of reactions to share. First, Pratt himself on Instagram simply saying, "Well, this Monday doesn't suck." And then if you look at this article here and just read and look at the tweets, it's absolutely glorious. I love it. Chris Pratt to voice Chris Pratt. That's my favorite one.
My favorite one.
It says breaking. Chris Pratt will be voicing Chris Pratt in the Chris Pratt animated movie. Source: Chris Pratt.
My favorite one though is this one. Is Chris Pratt has reportedly signed on the voice Clippy in the upcoming Microsoft Cinematic Universe
MCU.
Wow, I was getting confused on what was going on, because I was like, it was just like the way the news was coming up on my Twitter feed. I was just like, what is going on with this guy? Like, and then what was it? I wasn't believing him. Just the first, I forgot the first one I saw after before Garfield was Chris Pratt is gonna be, our Funimation announces Chris Pratt is gonna be voicing Goku. It's gonna be the new voice of Goku. And I was like, well, that's weird. And then I saw the Garfield one, and I was like, wait, what? And I saw the rest, and I was like, and then I had to go to his page and find out, like, okay, it's actual Garfield. He's doing Garfield. Okay, got it. That's the facts. But man, I think.
Okay, Chris? Is Chris Pratt a sleeper voice actor? Is there something that we don't know about Chris Pratt?
We won't know until we hear the voice of Mario. As soon as we hear the voice of Mario, then we'll find out. Because right now, all we have is Emmett, and which was him from the Lego movie.
Which I had no idea, and I actually enjoyed his character there. I had no idea it was Chris Pratt. So
really? He didn't change his voice either. Like, it was
no idea.
It was just him talking.
Was he big at that time though when that movie came
Not
out?
really. I think was Guardians before Lego movie?
I don't even remember. No? But
we'll figure that out. Well,
so yeah, did you ever think that Chris Pratt would be voicing Garfield?
No, but I honestly couldn't tell you who else I would expect to play Garfield, except for the original voice, which... Is he alive? Yeah. Is that person alive?
We could find out.
I doubt it.
Garfield used to be one of my favorite characters as a kid, because I loved lasagna and he loved lasagna, and that was literally my connection with it. Like, lasagna was my favorite dish. So
that lasagna is delicious.
John Arbuckle was voiced by Jim. Oh no.
Well, he's had multiple voices. True, the original was in 1980. Yeah, I mean, Bill Murray did it in 2004 and 2006, if you remember those movies.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Guardians of the Galaxy came out in 2014.
I mean, Frank Welker is the most recent, which he started in 2007. and it says till present, and now it says Chris Pratt is added to that list.
So Guardians and the Lego Movie came out at the same time.
So he wasn't that big yet then.
Yeah. It was just like he was
starting to get big from Parks.
Yeah, from Parks and Rec.
And then
because as soon as we got wind that he was going to be, yeah. So
interesting. So, okay, so just to finish up this story here, Chris, what role do you actually want to see him play?
Chris Pratt?
Yeah, like what actual role? It can be animated, it can be just a fictional, non-fictional role.
Dude, that's hard. Dang, that's hard. Come back to me on that one. go through the series of questions with Alan. I'll think of something.
Give me your overall thoughts, Alan. What do you think about Chris Pratt being Garfield?
I don't know how this is happening. Is more the thing that I want to know. Like, how did he get both of these roles? Like, obviously I know he's Chris Pratt, but like, there was no one else. I mean, like I said, there's just I feel like they did it partly to get the splash at this point. You're like, you know what? We kind of might need a splash. Let's get a thing, because they had like Frank Welker is still alive and he's done the voice since 2007. And I'm tired. Like, that's a voice people know. And I don't understand why they feel they need to take a splash with these characters and just to put them in like an animated movie or something. Like, I get you want to do it a draw, but like, that's one of those things where I want to see the numbers. Like, how many people are actually going to watch the Garfield because Chris Pratt's doing the voice? Like, does it move the needle? Like, I genuinely don't know the answer to that question, but I would like to see, because I don't feel like it does. I feel like if people are going to go watch Garfield, it's because they want to go watch Garfield, and it doesn't necessarily matter if it's Chris Pratt doing the voice. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about all this and him just getting all these roles for voice acting. So I don't know. I really don't know.
Like in that tweet, his next role is gonna be Bugs Bunny. Yeah, he's gonna have the whole.
He's just gonna have
cartoon.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind him in the. Oh my God! Somebody put the Infinity Gauntlet, and it has.
Yeah.
It has.
So I don't. But yeah, so I don't think he's a sleeper. I mean, I think he's like, you know, it's not anything crazy, but obviously he did great in the Lego Movie and people loved him in that. So I don't know what it is, but clearly he's got enough to get these roles. And then I never thought he would be voicing Garfield. Why? Like, I didn't even think people wanted Garfield. Like,
me either.
And that's the crazy thing to me is also it's just like a character that how many people actually want this movie, like, or this animated series? I'm not sure. I have the number on there. It's just like that weird Clifford the Big Red Dog movie that's about to come out. I'm just like, what are people actually really asking for this, or have we really run out of all of these ideas? Which is a whole nother conversation. And then I would like to see him play Star-Lord in Guardians 3. That's what I would like to see.
Also, speaking of Guardians, real quick, I want to touch on this. I plan on probably getting Guardians of the Galaxy the game whenever it goes on sale. It looks really good. Like,
that sounds better.
I've been watching gameplay and stuff, and I'm like, man, this looks pretty interesting. But
going back a couple months, it might end up on Game Pass. You know?
Yeah, probably.
Yep.
So counter your question, Yendi. How long? Because I was like, oh, I can see him doing like something Star Wars animated, like related. I couldn't think of a character, but how long? Now that I say that, it's only a matter of time. So how long do you think until Chris Pratt is in Star Wars?
I guess that
like working with them.
Marvel is Disney. I realized, and so Star Wars. Oh, shoot.
I mean, we got Snoop Dogg and Mandalorian, maybe.
Well, yeah, but the reason why Snoop Dogg is in there is because Sasha Banks, who was in Mandalorian, is Snoop Dogg's cousin.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Next year, he'll be in a Star Wars movie next year.
Movie or show?
Movie.
It doesn't matter. Something.
Okay.
Something. He'll be in something.
He'll probably be on the Christmas special, the next Christmas special, Star Wars.
I'm completely shocked. I thought it was a troll when I first saw this. I'm like, is Chris Pratt trolling us? But no, it turned out to be true, and I'm very, very confused,
Was
as I'm
it?
sure a lot of other people are.
Was there something about him being Indiana Jones?
I think I saw that.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind him being the next Indy. I'll
I
put
do
that.
not want him
I'll
to
put
be
my
the next
card in the
Indy.
hat. I'll put my card.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll put it in there. That can be a
That's
discussion
hard
for
no
another.
for me,
I'm
man.
saying if Harrison Ford is done,
If-
which most
If it was up
after
to,
this one,
if it was between Chris Pratt and what's that guy's name that was in the last Indiana Jones? I can't think of it.
oh no, you're
what's
not
his
talking
name?
about Shia LaBeouf, are you?
If it was between them two, I would pick
No. Oh, okay.
I would pick
I was about
Chris
to say.
Pratt.
Oh, yeah. I was like, why are you bringing this
he
up?
is definitely my last choice for Indy because I don't think he fits that role of Indy. Like I know Indy's little, you know.
I saw Chris Pratt, to be honest, as Nathan Drake before the Tom Holland news came out. Like before they said like, oh, it's gonna be young. Like whenever they announced the movie, I was like, we're gonna see you, Chris Pratt, up there.
He had to lose some mass because Nathan Drake is not that buff, right? I think I could see that happening. Yeah, he's not that buff. Nate's very, average, but yeah, back to this. Very confused. I'm really curious to hear now what his Mario is because, like Alan said, I think once we hear that, and if it's good, then I can't say he's a terrible voice actor because if he nails it somehow, depending on how they go about
right now,
this,
my money is on Garfield's gonna sound just fine. Mario, I can't imagine. I cannot imagine the voice at all. I can't hear it at all.
But the thing is, it's just what is like. That's the thing, though. I don't think he could literally just do a regular Mario, like a regular voice. The only reason why we can't think of it is that you're trying to compare it to the voice that is
now.
Mario.
Yeah, I know, but it's I just don't want to hear him. That's the thing.
I mean,
I don't
want to hear a hint of him, though.
I know I'm going to hear a hint of him, but I don't want him to go like the Lego movie. You get away with it, right? You just go in like, hey, man, you're just going to be reading these lines. Act. There you go. So with the other ones, it can't be like the dude from Family Guy where it's like, hey, you want me to do the impression from Bob's Burgers? Hi, I'm Bob from Bob's Burgers. Like, it can't be that.
I mean, but if that's the choice, that's the choice. It's not like Mario doesn't necessarily have to sound Italian, or he doesn't have to have a squeaky thing. It could just be a regular Mario, like a regular plumber.
That's true. That's
like
true.
It doesn't necessarily like I said, we're only doing this because we know a voice of Mario. That doesn't necessarily mean Chris Pratt's voice has to imitate that.
Wasn't there a Mario show, like a cartoon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We need to listen to what that voice sounds like. Then does he ever like
pretty similar to what Mario sounds like?
Really? But does he ever have like long conversations or anything like that?
No, but like I said, it's no. So it's never going to be like that annoying.
But also,
because he's not going to ever talk at that pitch, like on a constant level. Like he's going to have a normal form of conversation. He's not going to be like,
this will be the first time,
like the whole time.
The other thing I wanted to point out too is that it's because that he's so recently got casted as Mario that he's like in everybody's making fun of him for it. Because whenever Idris Elba was announced as Knuckles, people were like, "Yeah, okay." Like that's kind of just
because it makes sense.
Does it?
Yes, absolutely, it makes sense. Absolutely.
I just never like. It's just one of those things where it's just like, oh, I would have never thought this, but then again, it hasn't been in my mind ever. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like I'm not gonna. I gotta watch the Mario movie. I'm gonna watch the Mario movie. So.
All right, so you guys give a rating for the Garfield movie. What do you think it'll be out of 10?
Oh,
if
I'm
it's
giving it a solid.
Hold on, wait. Give it a Rotten Tomato score.
Wait,
Yikes.
So then approval or not?
Yeah,
you do know how the
percentage though?
Yeah, but that's not how the Rotten Tomato scores work. The
We're
Rotten Tomato scores.
Specifics here.
Well, I have to because you're going to be judging it wrong if you do go by that.
Just give it at a 10.
Go.
From 1 to 10.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
Ooh.
What if it's
those
a
movies?
Right?
And hold on, and it's not because of Chris Pratt. Those movies tend to not do well.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who's in it. Look at the new Addams Family movie that just came out, like October 1st, that no one watched. and that has Charlie Theron and a bunch of good voice actors in it, and that didn't do well. It just those old movies that
Should have
turn
been
into animated
Yeah.
don't do well now.
It should have been a
they
Netflix
don't.
thing. Like, I was about to ask you, like, what if it's a holiday movie? Like, oh, thank Garfield, like a Thanksgiving movie or something.
That'd probably be cool, but
Yeah.
I think those, as far as them going out and being a movie, I don't think they normally they just don't do well.
It's hard to give a rating because my taste in movies has changed so much now. Like, as a kid, I'm gonna think
Listen,
I'd give it
5 is average.
Yeah, I was about to say 5 or 6.
Yeah,
5 or
like
6.
4 is just below average.
As a kid right now, like the little kid me, Chris, like who used to watch the Garfield cartoon a lot, I'd probably give it like a good 8 or 9. I'm like, let's go, I'm ready to go. But at the time, I'd be afraid to go like watch Dune or something. I'd be like, nah, that looks intimidating. I don't want to see it.
I have to agree with Alan. Definitely a 4. It just seems like this type of movie. Plus, I feel like Garfield's such an old IP. Like, how is it still
God, you
having
and this old
movies
IP
being made?
crap, man.
It is. It is.
It just
doesn't make sense
naturally
for Garfield.
They don't do well though. They just don't.
Also,
do
can
well.
y'all confirm this for me? Okay, and so in the podcast, leave it in the comments. I saw a picture the other day, right? You know how Steve from Blue's Clues has been going, like, you know,
No, he's not dating her.
Okay, thank
Or
you so
married.
much. Thank you so. I keep forgetting to
That's
look that
not
up. I was like, no chance this is real. So they said Steve from
Everyone-
Blue's Clues
Yeah.
was married to the girl from Big Comfy Couch. I was like, absolutely. It's like,
It's
no
not
way.
true. It's
What?
just
I like how
not
Alan
true.
already knew. He's just like, no.
Yeah, no. People get tricked by the internet and don't do any research, and it's a little annoying.
I mean, it was
sometimes.
just like whenever everybody said that he was, what is he got kicked off the show because of drugs and all that crap.
Yeah,
So-
just
Oh, just losing his hair. Sony has formed the PlayStation PC label for its PC games push. This is from Andy Robinson over at VideoChronicles.com. PlayStation has formed a new PlayStation PC label specifically for its PC gaming operation. It's emerged. On Wednesday, Steam users noticed the platform holder's PC releases had their publisher switched to PlayStation PC LLC from the previous PlayStation Mobile label. According to a corporation wiki listing, Sony Interactive Entertainment registered the PlayStation PC name in April this year via its California-based headquarters. Although the name appears to be a formality, it represents another strong signal that Sony intends to increase its gaming output on the PC platform. Sony's first modern PC ports were Horizon Zero Dawn in August 2020 and Days Gone this May. Looking ahead, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End and Uncharted: The Lost Legacy will also make a jump to PC in 2022. Shortly after, they arrived for PS5, and God of War was announced as an upcoming PC port this month. Another PlayStation title, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, may be coming to PC too, according to listings spotted on Steam's database this week.
That's weird.
Earlier this year, Sony Entertainment president confirmed PlayStation would bring a whole slate of games to PC. Speaking to GQ, Sony boss Jim Ryan said the opportunity to bring PlayStation's IP to a wider audience as well as an easier port process meant that making more games for PC was now a fairly straightforward decision for the company. Asked why Sony is now embracing PC, whereas before it was hesitant to bring the games to the platform, Ryan said, "I think a few things changed. We find ourselves now in early 2021 with our development studios and the games that they make in better shape than they've ever been before. Particularly from the latter half of the PS4 cycle, our studios made some wonderful, great games. There's an opportunity to expose those great games to a wider audience and recognize the economics of game development, which are not always straightforward. The cost of making games goes up with each cycle as the caliber of the IP has improved. Also, our ease of making it available to non-console owners has grown, so it's a fairly straightforward decision for us to make." PlayStation recently acquired Nixxes Software, which is best known for its work on PC versions of Square Enix properties including Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, Hitman, and Thief, to help it bring its games to the platform. So, now that Sony's been exposed and everybody knows that the PS5 is a director's cut console, Obviously, this is the reason why they're releasing the games on PC, right, guys?
No.
What do you think? What do you
No.
think, Alan? Go ahead.
Let me
It
tell
seems
you
like
why
you're
they're
ready to
doing
go.
this. Let me tell you why they're doing this. They saw Xbox and went, wait a second, this actually works. It is possible. They saw what Microsoft was able to do, and then they went, you know what? Maybe we thought this all wrong. Because you don't just change your ways. Because for a long time, Sony was just like, oh, we're going to force people to get our console. And now they realize how much, like Chris was doing, how much money is being left on the table.
Mhm.
Because regardless of a lot of these games being on Game Pass, a lot of these games are also some of the high sellers on Steam. Like Forza Horizon, and Forza 7 were top 3 in sales in like a bunch of different countries for it in the Steam sales. So now when you see stuff like that, it's like, oh, wait, so people are buying these games. And it's like people are trying to play them. And if you make a proper port or make a proper actually start detailing them to PCs, you can just get a whole new market of people who have PCs and don't have PS5s. The whole point, like exclusivity, is actually stupid when you think about it, because you actually hinder the amount of money you can actually make. Because again, not as a person who doesn't believe in this stupid console war, like you get what you want to get, and if you're able to play it on either console, you are now you're actually opening your market, and you're not forcing people to just get one console. So if someone wants to get a PlayStation and can still play Xbox games, they're going to play it with their friends and they're still going to buy that game. So why would you hinder your audience? And PC and PlayStation just seems like a perfect thing that could work out, because I mean you can put your PlayStation controller on your PC with Bluetooth. So why wouldn't you just enable the games? My biggest concern for this is I hope that Sony doesn't mean this is going to take like 5 years for these games to get on there. Because I mean, God of War came out in 2018, and we're now getting a PC port for it. So like,
That long ago, huh?
yeah, it came out in
Damn.
2018.
I feel like
That's
it's got to
crazy.
be tough because the first thing I think about whenever they're like, oh, no more, we're gonna start branching out, is their controller. Like they can save money now by not putting all that fancy stuff in the controller, because if it's the exclusives were for, like, they use, obviously the console's full ability and whatever they can with the controller. Like right now, me playing Ghost of Tsushima, the haptic stuff, like whenever I pull a bow and everything, the tension on the trigger and everything like that, they can just take all that out and just make a normal controller and just go through it that way.
The thing is, they already have the normal controllers. You have your PlayStation 4 controller, and haptic technology is something that doesn't need to be inside the game.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
your
you
current
can't.
controller.
Yeah, and then for the most part, like with the touch screen, the touchpad, and everything like that, that's not even you. It's just your map button now at this point. Like it's not really used in any games. So, it's a good move for them. They could, like I said, in the future they can start saving money. They're basically, the consoles are just mini computers now at this point. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I mean, at some point the consoles are going to catch up. Not catch up, but like it's going to be to the point where it's almost buying. You could buy a cheap PC and probably still run it better than a console. So
Except Nintendo,
who
will partner with Steam, and then
Nintendo
will
has
be
their
on the
own
Steam
market
Deck.
that will. It seems like it's never going anywhere.
Yeah.
So there's that. But I mean, like I said, it was only a matter of time before Sony actually got their head out their ass and started to realize, hey, there's a whole market we could be making money. And I think they were influenced heavily by that because of Microsoft. And because of this last, 2 years, pretty much, of Microsoft being able to actually make this work, and having even, I mean, as far as making Game Pass go to PC and stuff, they're just like, oh, this really can work, and people are gravitating towards it. So let's try to get into this PC market now.
Yeah, they're trying to catch them, because like even with PlayStation Now, they're trying to work on PlayStation Now to get that better. So it's you can definitely see them trying to play the catch up game. They're like, hey, we have a good console now. We got to figure this out. We got to figure the rest of the stuff out. So
I think this is just because they don't have any games to release. I think this is because they want to show the numbers at the end of the year, they look good because they'll make a lot of sales from Uncharted and from God of War on PC. So it'll pad their finances. I don't think it has. I mean, yes, it has something to do with Xbox and what they're doing, but they've had many years to begin this, and they're just now doing this. I smell something funky going on there, and I think it's because they know that at the end of the year, those numbers are not going to look good to the investors, and this would be a good way to just put that extra padding on it to make it look like at least they're breaking even, because Uncharted and God of War are going to sell like crazy on PC, because I'm going to buy Uncharted and God of War for PC already, period. Right?
But aren't
So that's
those coming out first quarter anyway?
yeah, for next year. That's what I'm saying. For next year, their numbers for next year, because they don't have shit to report this year because they had just a bunch of remakes.
But nobody has
reboots
shit to
and
report
director's cut.
anyway.
That's true, yeah.
They
But this
have
is
no
their way of doing
competition
it.
this year. There's nothing. All this year was just like
Xbox,
a
though,
flop. They try. Every
Xbox still
company
has
tried.
Game Pass.
Yeah, true.
You
Very
know,
true.
PlayStation doesn't have that, so I think this is their way of showing their numbers are still decent. But Alan, do you think this is the end of the PlayStation console exclusive?
No, I think they'll do their exclusives. They'll be maybe in a sense. I think they'll do timed exclusives I don't know if Sony's ready to do the simultaneous release like Xbox does. I'm not like Microsoft is doing. I'm just not sure because I feel like Microsoft built the ground, like they built the groundwork. Especially it helps that Microsoft is Microsoft and they already know what they're doing with computers. So I'm sure that communication was easy to have with, how to make this work on this. So I don't know. I do think that this will cut the port times in half though. So like I said, where we waited 5 years for God of War, I think we might maybe get it like a year after, which I think would be a nice, if we can do that or start getting into there for Sony like within the next year or two, I think that'd be great for Sony. That way you're not waiting as long. But I think you still need to give, I don't think Sony is over giving up the incentive to have to get a PlayStation. And I think, like I said, with Xbox, they are kind of over that. They're like, if you get our console, you get our console. It's not a big deal. If you don't, here's where you can play all these games. I don't know if Sony is there yet. If Sony can be like, all right, I don't want you guys to get our console because we still need to have like a source of income, because PlayStation is a really big source of Sony's income opposed to Microsoft where they just have a buku of cash. So I don't know, like they're definitely in different standings. So I'm interested to see how long this takes for port times, and I think that's the most important thing moving forward. And if they can start like lowering that number to maybe a year or two after a game is released, then I think they'll be in a step in the right direction.
So they're gonna make money on the console and then even more money on PC later. So it's nice. What about you, Chris? What do you think?
Can you repeat the question one more time for me? Sorry.
Do you think that this is the end of the PlayStation console exclusive?
I do not. Like going off of what Alan said, maybe in the future it'll happen, but as of right now, they cannot do the whole same day thing where it's like out on PC and out on PlayStation, because they're very new to it and they got to figure it out. Especially in my opinion, like I don't know how they're doing it and how they're getting these studios to prepare for it. You know what I mean? Like it's like, hey, now we got to start looking at things differently, because I don't know how coding is for individual systems or how hard it is. I know in the past some companies have said that it's a little bit harder to make games work on PlayStation than Xbox. It's not user friendly. So I'm sure that now that they want to get into this business, they kind of put a wall up in front of them that they have to figure out a way to climb over, and it's just going to take time. So I feel like it's going to be the what is it, that release where it's like, hey, it comes out this day, and then 6 months from now it'll come out on PC. So
time releases.
What's that?
And
it's going to be like time releases.
Yeah, time releases. That's the word. Yeah.
So do you think that Sony is going to release all future exclusive to PC delayed?
Depending on no, not all of them. Not all of them. I'm sure there's gonna be some games where it's just like, hey man, this only works on PlayStation. Like, sorry, we can't. It's gonna be way too much money for us to try to get it to the PC, and they would rather, and they still want people to buy their console too. So I don't think they're gonna. I don't think all of them will be on there. I can't even think of a game that would cause that issue, but I'm sure they'll find a way.
I would agree with you if they didn't put God of War on PC,
yeah,
because I
that's
feel
what I
like
was gonna
that's
say.
their biggest.
That's
Probably
their most
biggest
difficult.
IP.
Yeah,
And
that
I feel
and
like
definitely the
Go ahead.
most like graphic intense, and like
I
I
can't
think
think of
that was their
anything,
hardest game to make. And the fact that now that's being ported, that's why I agree with Yendi on that. It's just I feel like if you're gonna go to the top of the like their best IP is God of War, and if you're gonna go there, then nothing is above that to not go on PC.
Yeah, I feel the other thing I want to happen with this coming out is I want their PlayStation VR games to be able to be played on everything else too. And on top of that, I mean, Oculus needs to do the same thing because they're withholding. What's been going on with the console wars is what's happening with the VR headsets. They all withhold their own games and keep it together. So, because I want to play Batman and Iron Man and stuff like that in VR, but you can only get it on PlayStation. So,
really,
yep.
oh,
You have to, or else you wouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
Or well, the people who are into VR will buy it.
that's true. That's true. Okay, all right. Well then, I just gotta say that I never in a million years saw this coming. I never thought Sony would actually do this. I thought they would always keep their games exclusive to the consoles, and some people wouldn't consider this a big deal because a lot of them think, oh, it's still only exclusive to PlayStation. Yes and no, because Microsoft owns Xbox and Microsoft makes Windows. So technically, Microsoft is kind of winning here too, in a way. So if they ever wanted
Microsoft is
to
definitely winning.
ditch the Xbox and just go full PC, then I mean they have upper hand there. But it's mind blowing. If you told me 10-15 years ago, oh, you'll get PlayStation exclusive games on another system, I'd be like, shut the fuck up, you liar. That would never happen. But here we are. It's happening slowly but surely. It took a while, and hopefully Nintendo is paying attention and stops being so stubborn about their old ways, and brings some of their stuff over to
Never.
to PC. Yeah, I don't ever see that happening. But I said the same thing about PlayStation.
Hey, we're getting Monster Hunter Rise. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. And then we're gonna go to the last story. This is I just closed it like an idiot. Okay. Modern Warfare 2's campaign will reportedly feature a morality system. This is Modern Warfare 2, the next game in the Call of Duty franchise. Oh, this is from Jordan Midler at Video Games Chronicles. Modern Warfare 2, the next game in the Call of Duty franchise, will feature an overhauled campaign including a morality system, according to a new report VGC has partially verified. The campaign, which is reported to be gritty and unrelenting, is said to take inspiration from films like Sicario, Traffic, and No Country for Old Men. This matches with the information VGC previously cited from sources that Infinity Ward sequel would be focused around a battle against Colombian drug cartels. The game will also feature a moral compass, it's claimed, which will be influenced by certain decisions the players make. It has been likened to Red Dead Redemption's 2 honor system that is said to have a large impact on the campaign. Modern Warfare 2 will also reportedly feature realistic gore and the loss of limbs during battle, it's claimed. It's said that enemies will attempt to put pressure on their wounds in an attempt to stop the bleeding. The game is also set to introduce weapon jamming animation. The ability to recover bullets that the player has wasted via jamming, it's claimed. The campaign information matches reporting earlier.
Game.
What?
I feel like that game's gonna be long.
Oh, probably. The campaign information matches reporting earlier in the year by Credit Insider Tom Henderson and what VGC has heard from its own sources. It looks like Call of Duty 2022 is codenamed Project Cortez. Henderson tweeted in September it's expected to be a sequel to Modern Warfare 2019. So that's a plus. I think we all here enjoyed the 2019 reboot.
And if
of
you
Modern
haven't played
Warfare.
that story, go play it. That story was fantastic.
Yeah, I got that game for free when I bought my stupid expensive 2080 Ti at the
That
time.
doesn't exist.
Yeah, I have a 2080 Ti. What are you talking about?
It doesn't exist.
Would
It's
you
not.
like to see it?
It
Yeah, I
does
would.
exist.
I would.
It
I'll
does
show you right
exist.
now.
Oh no! Now we're going on tour. Well, he's taking a picture.
So while I send this, are you, Chris, looking forward to the continuation of Modern Warfare 2?
I am.
Or were you hoping for something new?
No, this is what I want. We want Modern Warfare 2. It looks like that they're trying to do a repeat and get Modern Warfare 2 all in the news again. Because the first Modern Warfare 2 was all over the news, and parents were upset about the game because of the that famous mission where you're in the airport and you're shooting up the airport. People went nuts. So sounds like, especially with the first one, whenever the first one was releasing, they said that they weren't talking too much about the campaign because they were afraid that the game was gonna get like quote like canceled before it even came out, because they were afraid of how people were gonna take the story. And whenever I played the story, I can see what they were talking about. I was just like, man, this is some heavy stuff. Like, this is crazy. So the system that they're implementing, I totally saw it coming, because in the normal Modern Warfare, if you made the mistake, like any other game, you saw the consequence, but at the same time, you would see the consequence and it'd be like, hey, like now you need to, like, it'd bring you back to make the right choice and do it again. Or if saving people, you couldn't save. There was a way you could save everybody, but there was times where it got you thinking quick. And if you played that game without a gamer mindset of just like, no, I need to save everybody, and you played like through, then you would start feeling that like, ah, crap, I couldn't, like I should have. One scene specifically, you're chasing a guy through a hospital, people are sick. To get away, he gets to a window. By the time you bust through the door, he's throwing a grenade into the room with like a whole bunch of people, like women, children, everybody. So you either have your choice of, I'm gonna back out of the door to get out of this, or I gotta try to pick up this grenade and throw it out the window. So it was one of those moments, and if you messed up, like the room would blow up, and then you would go to another room to try to catch up to this guy. So it was just one of those moments that went crazy. So I can only imagine what Modern Warfare 2 is gonna do. It's gonna be nuts. I'm all in for it. I kind of wish it was this year. Now we know why we didn't get a Modern Warfare remastered, like the Modern Warfare 2 remastered that people wanted. At least the multiplayer, because they were like, well, we're already making a Modern Warfare 2, so no, like you're gonna wait for this game. So, and I'm glad they got time to actually, put this game in the oven and let it take its time and make it. So it's not rushed. Hopefully, as far as we know.
I cannot wait to play on the old Modern Warfare 2 maps. I am so excited. I think my all-time favorite was Karachi, right? And then High Rise.
Oh yeah.
You guys remember High Rise? But
it's gonna be good because
are you looking forward to this?
I mean, yeah, I am. With what you just said, Red, honestly, I am looking forward to it. It sounds like a very, realistic war setting, and you want that kind of stuff because it is brutal. Like, as many people like try to fabricate war and stuff, it's not the prettiest thing in the world. Like, it's just not. And if you're going to recreate that in a modern time and have a warfare, it's not pretty. So let it be what it is. And I think having smarter AI and having, people actually trying to the wounds thing sounds very appealing to me, because like that's cool, like that they're actually trying to save themselves and things like that. So I think it's a really cool idea. Hopefully it's executed properly. I really hope it ends up working out. It's going to be 3 years, so hopefully they've been working on this game for 3 years.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that we're really hoping, and hopefully they didn't do that split team to give some of them Vanguard or whatever. So hopefully because I really enjoyed 2019, the Modern Warfare, and I enjoyed Modern Warfare, that game also. So if we could get something close to that, or even better, it would be awesome. So I do want, like I said, I've always said this on the podcast. I love competition. I want both of them to be amazing games so that they can just keep trying to outdo themselves. And we get spoiled whenever there's competition in gaming.
Yeah.
We get to play both of these games that are at its peak. And that's what I want. So I want to be able to play COD, and I want to be able to play Battlefield, and I want to be able to play Halo. I want to be able to do all of that and be like, which game got better, which game was the game of the year, and stuff like that. So I am excited, especially after this article. So let's hope next year they give us what we want and give us a really strong title. COD needs it because I don't care what they're saying about Vanguard. I can't see that many people playing as much as, like, no matter how hype it's being, like, people saying that it has all this. It's been proven that people do not like World War II games after a while. They stop playing them because we've had so many titles of them. So we'll see what happens, but I'm looking forward to this Modern Warfare 2.
I'm also looking forward to it, and both the story and the multiplayer. But the multiplayer, I'm only excited for the first few months, after which the shit starts coming in, the the crazy cosmetics and skins, and then it's, for me personally, it's ruined. And like,
Modern Warfare didn't have. Well, it had the reactive skins, right?
No.
It started getting crazy towards the end there.
I think the melee weapons, melee weapons got crazy, and then I know Warzone. Warzone
all
has
of those.
the...
all that is playable in Modern Warfare, the multiplayer. You can use all that stuff too.
Yeah,
okay.
It's always fine the first few months of release, but then when they start trying to make money and they these microtransactions and these skins, they get out of hand. And then it's like, oh fuck, okay.
It's just like Ghostface running all around Warzone.
Yeah, trying to. The amount of times I've been trying to
kill the enemy.
Yeah,
literally, this guy's just running around with a knife trying to kill me, and it scares the shit out of me. Like, oh shit!
At least they stick to the character, man. That's what I was surprised. That was funny.
Yeah, but I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully I'll get it for free again. Maybe I will have to buy a new graphics card by that time.
Yeah, let me get the old one.
This baby's still going. This thing is strong.
I know.
But
is it strong?
Yeah. It is. 28 Ti is still really good.
I could buy a better one for cheaper.
Yeah. This thing cost me as much as a 3090 or more. Yeah, it sucks. But that's gonna do it for tonight's show. I did forget to do a little bit of housekeeping. Make sure you check out our YouTube channel. If you're watching from there now, make sure you are subscribed. And we do have a giveaway currently happening for a SteelSeries Rival 3 wireless mouse. Once we hit 100 subs here on YouTube, make sure you follow us on Twitch as well. And then the current video on the YouTube is what, gentlemen?
The rankings. Still the rankings.
And then we got
so go.
Yeah, we got
go watch the gentlemen here rank the What If episodes from their was it worst to best or best to worst?
Worst to best.
Oh yeah. Okay,
I'm not gonna say worst to best because they were all good.
It wasn't. Yeah, they're all great.
So my least favorite to my favorite.
My favorite.
Gotcha. Okay.
Don't disrespect them like that.
You guys have a debrief coming soon?
Yeah, Eternals.
We do. Eternals comes out on Thursday, so we'll be.
No Dune. I thought you guys were doing Dune.
Yeah. Well. You got to talk to.
You
the guy in the Christmas.
You don't watch it?
Sweater.
No, I watched it. It's just like I said at the beginning of the show, I've been busy.
Oh,
Christmas sweater.
Busy. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I understand.
Christmas sweater.
It'll rest in the sands.
All right. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching episode 39. Next week will be the big 40 weeks.
Wow.
Of us doing this. This is crazy.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
So once again, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next Tuesday at 8 p.m. here on Twitch and YouTube. Until then, last place